Hey YOLO guys, it's the one and only Default Nutsack, and this is Pop-Up Gaming. Oh yeah, with the videos, popping your eardrums and burning your retinas. The only gaming channel you should be subscribing to. Right, so here's a true story guys. I'm gonna come straight out and say what needs to be said. As much as I love you, you're a bunch of lazy ass bums. What the hell? Why? I hear you ask.
What the hell's going on?
Well, you just couldn't be bothered to make your own top 10, could you? Too goddamn lazy. But guess what? This is where I save the day as usual, because the old Default Nutsack believes in sharing and I'm in a good mood. Which means I'm gonna let you watch my top 10 iOS games of 2015. A thank you would be nice. You're welcome. Let's do this shit. Number 10. Turn back before it's too late. And the truth is out there. But the truth hurts. Potatoman Seeks the Truth is a 2D platformer from the absolutely loopy, off-the-wall minds of Pixel Jam. The control system is really easy, dead simple, because all you need to do is move left, right and jump. How easy is that, ladies and gentlemen? So the reason I love this absolutely bonkers game so much is because it takes me back to my misspent youth, where I used to laze around playing my Atari 2600 and scoffing sherbet fountains by the dozen. Oh, memories. This game will test your skills to the absolute limit. You must jump, dodge and swerve out the way of multiple angry animal species that are hell-bent on stopping you from seeking the truth. Whatever the truth is. What do you guys say? We take a ride down the rabbit hole and see what we may find. Because I reckon it'll be an awesome, quirky, pixelated heap of fun. So why not pick up Potatoman? Because the truth is out there. Number 9. Satellina is my number 9, and it was made by the awesome one-man band programmer Peter Smith. It's a beautifully simple puzzle game in which the player has to remove the green circles in a particular order. Satellina has an amazing minimalistic look and feel to it, and it really has a cool so-called synth pop soundtrack. This puzzle game would not work anywhere else other than on a touch device, therefore making it perfect for the iOS platform. One of the amazing things about Satellina is I literally had no need to read the instructions to learn how to play. It took me 10 seconds or so to pick it up. So to become a master of Satellina requires a high level of dexterity. Yet, if you're an intermediate game player like myself guys, you'll find a comprehensive choice of skill levels to choose from. So that's Satellina, check it out. Number 8. So my coveted number 8 spot goes to 1-Bit Ninja Remix Rush, and it's brought to you by the inventive retro lover Code 80, and that's code with a K. It takes a nostalgic look back to the past, when Nintendo Game Boy practically ruled the handheld gaming market. One-Bit Ninja is a clever little endless runner that's procedurally generated. It's your task to race against time while collecting bits. These bits then reverse the ever-ticking hands of time. Code 80 have literally got everything spot on in this game, from the controls, which are as tight as they need to be, all the way over to the fascinating blend of 3D Game Boy inspired LCD visuals. So hang on a minute, what if you get a wicked high score? Well, don't worry, One-Bit Ninja Remix Rush has got your back covered. They've got full integrated Game Center support, so you can show off to your mates your wicked high scores. It's so satisfying when you get the perfect run in this game, when everything just seems to go right. Wow, it's such a good feeling. So that's why One-Bit Ninja Remix Rush takes my number 8 spot. Number 7. Wow, this game took me by surprise. I never ever thought that I would get so much enjoyment from a wrestling game. But to call it a pure wrestling game would be incorrect, as WWE Immortals is actually a wrestling / fighting game merged. So guys, imagine, if you will, giving your favourite wrestlers an awesome superhero makeover, then pitting them against some of the hardest, meanest, most badass wrestlers in the business. And, just as a cherry on top, it's tag team as well. I know, how awesome does that sound? I class this game as being freemium. So what I mean by that is, although you don't have to pay real money to download the game, in certain elements of WWE Immortals are actually monetized. So it's only fair that you are made aware of that fact. What's really interesting about WWE Immortals is it has a really extensive levelling up mechanic that really adds a whole new dimension to the fighting genre. Haha, there we go guys, kicking ass and taking no prisoners. There is an absolute ton of contents to be had, so much so you're almost spoilt for choice. So if you're looking for a bit of rough and tumble, then may I suggest WWE Immortals. It will wrestle its way into your heart, that's for sure. Number 6. So I introduced to you Combo's Quest. It's a really intriguing little RPG that is described as a time-tap role-playing adventure that I personally consider to be rather unique to the App Store. So, just like every other role-playing game, you play the part of the hero, surprise surprise, and it's your job to fight your way through the hordes of deadly foes throughout your journey. So, this unusual game works like this. You have a bar at the bottom of the screen. Blocks will appear in this bar, which represents your defense, attack, and special moves. You have to tap the blocks to make your move, but make no mistake, if you miss, your enemy will use this as an opportunity to attack you, which will result in the loss of HP. So there's a really cool little feature that I've come to expect from RPGs of this type. When you've killed a monster, you're able to upgrade your character from things such as max health, combo damage and max damage, which is really, really cool. I'm telling you guys, there's a ton of fun to be had in this game. It actually does get quite intense because the enemies, they get rapidly stronger over time, and ultimately it's your goal to make as fewer mistakes as possible, if you can. So if you guys are looking for something a little bit quirky and a little bit unusual, then Combo Quest is most likely to tickle your fancy. Number 5. I would love to hate Hero Emblems, but I can't because the game is just simply goddamn way too addictive. Once I've booted this little beauty up, I can kiss goodbye to the day's productivity. So, to explain Hero Emblems in the simplest way possible is you start off with a board full of symbols, you match 3 or more symbols together, and these represent your defense, attack, magic attack and HP. Once you've matched, you will perform said actions. Voila, that's it. Hero Emblems is a perfect mix of match 3 and RPG elements, which to some people on paper sounds like a terrible idea, but I'm telling you, in reality it works incredibly well. That's if you get it right, of course. The amazing Taiwanese developers, Heatpot Games, have resisted the urge to go freemium, flying in the face of the norm, and I think that is to be applauded. They could have quite easily jumped off the cliff with all the other lemmings. Let's go! But don't get me wrong, I do believe that freemium does have a place in the market. It's just I feel that some developers abuse it just to get a few extra quid from children's parents. It's pretty bad really. But you know, we're not here to talk about the state of the App Store right now, so we'll move on. Over the last few years, developers have really latched on to the match 3 RPG. Many people have tried to get this genre right, but in my opinion 99.9% have failed, with Hero Emblem being one of the exceptions to this rule, of course. So with that being said, you fancy a quick match? Number 4. So I was playing this game for about let's say 5 minutes or so, and it was about 5 minutes it took me to realise that Space Marshals is a very special game. You know what, sometimes guys I get a metaphorical itch that needs to be scratched. Now the itch is being the stealthy tactical combat. Space Marshals scratches that itch. It's a sci-fi Wild West adventure that takes part in outer space. It offers deep tactical and stealthy gameplay in a way that's accessible to anybody that gives this game more than 5 to 10 minutes of their time. Time that is well spent, in my opinion. Space Marshals does an amazing job of presenting you with plenty of choice. The first being weapons. You have a roster that includes shotguns, armour, grenades, crossbows, axes, rifles, sniper rifles, oh god, and so much more, let me tell you. Then you need to make your choice. Are you going to go all in, guns blazing? Or maybe you're the kind of person that likes to take a more considered, deliberate, stealthy approach. Basically, it's your choice at the end of the day. This game has it all. Seriously, it's got beautiful graphics, crystal clear sound, and amazing gameplay, which makes me believe that the bar has been raised once more for iOS gaming. But hey, don't just take my word for it, guys. Download it for yourself and check it out. Yeehaw! Number 3. Hey, let me tell you guys, I have had so much fun with this game during January. It's Gunbrick by the fantastic Nitro. Please don't get me wrong when I say that sometimes gaming can be a little bit on the heavy side, so it's nice that I can turn my iPad on and play an awesome game such as Gunbrick that's involved yet light-hearted, all at the same time. I class Gunbrick as a puzzle platformer with incredible gameplay mechanics and impeccable level design. It will at times though leave you scratching your head, but then other times jumping up and down with glee because you've just finished a level that was rock hard. So couple all these fantastic qualities with incredibly unique art style and you've got yourself an unforgettable playing experience. So just to let you guys know, I've done a full gameplay review of Gunbrick and the link will be given to you at the end of the show. Number 2. Unbelievable! This game almost didn't make my top 10 because it came out towards the end of January and it almost missed it. Thank God I didn't, because Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy made my number 2. I'm gonna start off by saying how amazed I am at how far iOS gaming has come over the last few years. I mean, literally, it feels like 5 minutes ago I was playing Fahrenheit on my big old PC. It was a gaming PC. Now, I'm playing it on a device that's like 50, 60 times smaller. It's ridiculous. Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy does an incredible job of merging an interactive narrative and the world of cinema. This had been attempted many times previously, but had failed many times previously also. I still think the game is deeply atmospheric. When it first came out originally, it was classed as being pretty groundbreaking. So the question is, has it aged well? And the answer is yes, in my opinion. The game does now what it did do then, which is take you on a deep, cerebral, action-filled journey. And you just can't beat that. although this game was originally made for the PC, playing it on a touch device almost feels as though it was originally made for the iPhone or iPad. Man, it feels so natural. So if you're looking for an incredible cinematic experience with a gripping storyline, then I suggest Fahrenheit is probably gonna knock your socks off. Unless you're wearing shoes, that is. And if that's the case, then it's gonna knock your shoes off as well. Number 1. So here we are, guys. The number 1 game of 2015 so far belongs to the absolute classic, definitive role-playing game that is Dragon's Quest V. If people ask me, what RPG should I play? Then what I'll say to them is Dragon's Quest V. It's my go-to game every time, and these are the reasons. So when I say this game is epic, I truly mean it. It actually spans across 3 generations. I'm just going to give you a tiny slice of what goes on without spoilers, so don't worry. You start off as a young lad travelling the world with his father Pancras, and as time goes on you learn and grow. Then obviously the boy that you follow for so long becomes a man, and boy oh boy oh boy, let me tell you, that really draws you in. You get to fight, and then even make friends with the most fearsome monsters imaginable, which can help you unlock spells further down the line. The battle system is one of the most copied of all time throughout these types of RPGs, and it's no wonder because it's virtually flawless. So with simple intuitive controls, treasures and trapdoors, the legendary RPG Dragon's Quest V will win you over in so many ways. Some you will expect, and others you won't. It all mounts up for a truly unforgettable experience. So now you've listened to everything I've said about this awesome game. Please, if you buy one game out of this whole list, let it be Dragon's Quest V. I guarantee you will not regret it. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys, and sitting through my top 10 iOS games of 2015 so far. Don't forget to check out my awesome channel, Pop-Up Gaming. I've been the Deformed Nutsack. See you again soon.